Hi, my name's Rebecca, and this is Your Bourbon Journey. Tonight I welcome you to another night of Thursday cocktails. Like I mentioned previously, it's been pretty darn cold in southern Indiana. In fact, we've barely been out of the teens the last couple of days, and we're sub-zero before that. I keep thinking, how can I warm it up a little bit more and make us feel really cozy on these warm winter nights? So I decided maybe tonight we'd make a hot beverage. How does that sound? I'm pretty excited about it. So a very popular beverage back in the American colonial days was hot buttered rum. It stayed a very big staple for centuries. But this is a bourbon channel, so we're gonna make a hot buttered bourbon. The first thing you're going to need is an actual spiced buttered batter. Does that sound fun? I'm going to show you how to make that. There's also a recipe in the description, so if you can't keep up while I'm talking, know that you can check out the description later. So first of all, we need the following ingredients on hand. You're going to need a stick of unsalted butter, a half cup of brown sugar, and then a teaspoon each of vanilla extract, ground cinnamon, ground cloves, ground nutmeg, ground allspice, and then a pinch of salt. Now to me, some of those flavors sound just like a lot of my favorite bourbons. Then we're going to take a mixing bowl and combine the butter with all those ingredients and mix it until it's really smooth and ready to go. Now personally, I like to put it back into the refrigerator at that time to make sure it gets a little more set up. This is how it looks when it's all set up and ready to go. So I did that ahead of time, and now we're ready to make our hot buttered bourbon. So first of all, we're going to start off with a tablespoon or two of the butter batter. So we're going to do a nice little tablespoon of this. These are Irish glasses made just for like Irish coffee and such, which means they'll stand up great to warm water. There we go. Let's put a little, this looks very good. So we're going to put just a little bit more in each glass. Make sure we get all that buttery goodness. And it may sound funny to think, wow, we're putting butter into a cocktail. But it's really about the creaminess and that mouthfeel it's going to give us. And all those warm winter spices are going to be just amazing. So, as always, we need a good bourbon. Again, this week, we're using the Green River Full Proof at 117.3 proof. I like for my cocktails 2 ounces of bourbon in each one. You can go 1 ounce, 1.5 ounces, whatever is in your flavor profile. But by the time we add the warm water, it's going to dilute it somewhat. So I'm going for a full 2 ounce pour. Go. Our second one. It's already smelling great. That butter and the bourbon are interacting. Again, I wish we had smell-o-vision. So the next thing we need to do is add our hot water. Now you can do boiling water, but I used a coffee maker to run hot water through because then it's not so hot it's going to be scalding. I want to be able to sip on this nicely as soon as it gets finished without waiting for it to cool down. So I'm just going to easily fill up the cup. Ooh, we see that happening already. That butter is starting to melt. Looks amazing. Okay. Let's stir it a bit and get that butter and those spices going all the way through, mixing with the bourbon. There, oh my gosh. This is looking fantastic. Let's do this one a bit too. Give it a head start. I'll be very curious to find out if you really enjoy this hot buttered bourbon. We're getting pretty stirred up. We're all stirred and ready to go. Now for garnish, we can keep it really simple or we can go really fancy. One thing I like to do is add a cinnamon stick, which is going to bring those flavors right to the forefront. Because we all know that finishing number of cinnamon with our bourbon, this is going to make it go together. And then if you'd like, some people enjoy putting a little dollop of whipped cream on top. I've chosen not to do that tonight, but that doesn't mean you can't put some whipped cream on here. So let me see and give it a taste. Cheers. Oh, wow. I cannot wait for you to taste this and let me know what you think. So if you enjoyed this recipe, give me a like and a subscribe. Put something in the comments to let me know what you think about it. Tell me what you'd like to find out about next week on Thirsty Thursday Cocktails, because there could be another hot one, or we'll have to see how the weather rolls, right? So thank you for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it, and have a warm and cozy evening. Cheers.